Hey guys, it's Brian from Edge of Infinity Gaming, and I'm here to talk about whether or not you should pass or play on Echo Arena. Echo Arena is developed by a company called Ready at Dawn. They're the same company that produced Order 1886, Okami, the original Daxter, and Lone Echo. I started playing this game a few months ago, and I find that I keep coming back to it. It's one of the few VR games that actually keeps me wanting to come back. You know, I've played a few games such as Super Hot VR and Gorn, and they're fun for a while, but there's really no, you can only progress so far. With a game like Echo Arena, which you can see it's very competitive and sports-like, you can always come back and advance your level or meet new friends. It's very engaging. You can think of Echo Arena as kind of like a sports game. Think of it as like a zero-gravity ultimate frisbee. There are two teams, each consisting of 2 to 3 players. Each of these teams start off on opposite ends of the court, and they begin by flinging themselves into the center of the court to grab a disc, the frisbee. The goal of the game is to get the disc to the other side of the field, the enemy side, and throw it into their goal. Kind of like soccer, except zero gravity. Players can move by grabbing onto objects in their vicinity or onto other players and launching themselves off them. They can also move by pressing B and Y on their Oculus touch controller. These buttons trigger the rocket thrusters that are attached to each player's wrists. While the teams are flying around the arena attempting to grab possession of the disc, they are also trying to punch each other's lights out. By making a fist with the Oculus touch controller, you can punch them in the face and stun them for a few seconds. This leaves great opportunity to people that are wanting to set up a shot or defend their goal from potential shots. You have no idea how frustrating it is to get stunned when you're just about to make that game-winning shot. The point system is simple. 2 points if you're within a certain vicinity of the goal, and 3 points for longer shots. Each game lasts 3 minutes, but that's plenty of time to do your scoring. I think I have enough game hours to truly make an opinion on whether or not Echo Arena is worth a shot. So should you pass or play on Echo Arena? Let's take a look at the pros and cons. On the pro side, we have it is an absolute blast to play. Seriously, I don't know if I've had as much fun playing a VR title as I have this game. We also have that although I don't get motion sickness, I know some people that do. One of my friends, I tried to get him to play this game, and he got very sick. However, he is very susceptible to motion sickness. I'm not that susceptible. I had no motion sickness whatsoever. This is taken from me, though. You should take your own body into account, and not just take my word for it. This game has fantastic controls. You know what the buttons do. They're very simple and easy to use. They're mapped at the right positions. You never feel like you're reaching or that you don't know what to push. The game does a very good job about having the right controls. The game is also very well optimized. I have an RX 480, and that is one of the lower end cards that meets the requirements for VR. With that, I have never experienced any lag that wasn't caused by other issues. I have not lagged with this card on the fault of the card. I normally receive a very steady FPS that is very enjoyable to play this game. Another thing I very much like about this game is the replayability. Like I said, I've played several hours. I played an entire day almost, it seems. It's very replayable. I can pick it up and play it anytime. I never not feel in the mood. Like, oh, I've already experienced that. You don't really get that feeling. It is very easy to pick up. It's not a difficult game to learn. Either do the tutorial or the community is very nice. It's a very great community. They taught me a lot the first time I played. I was too busy. I guess I didn't go through the tutorial, which I do not recommend. The tutorial is very well done. Do the tutorial. The game is growing. It seems that every time I log on, there's more and more people. There was recently a tournament held that just shows the amount of people interested in this game. I really seriously believe that this game has the potential to be a very great esport. It just needs more people. And last of all, this game is free, 100% free. This game is a very well done game. I'm sure the developers put a lot of time into it, and they made it free. Which, now that I think about it, they also developed Lone Echo, which was a single-player game that had the same concept, so it really probably wasn't any skin off their bone to release a multiplayer version for free. Well, no game can be perfect, so let's move on to the cons. First of all, it has a fairly small player base, but as I said, it's growing every day, it seems. The matchmaking also leaves a little bit to be wanted. I found myself, I'm a level 13, being placed with level 1s and 6s quite often. Now, that would be fine if the enemy team also had a level 1 or 6, along with some higher level people, but often I found myself being placed with teammates that were lower levels against a high level team. Now, this goes back to the small player base. They cannot pull from a stream of players that don't exist. If there are only a certain amount of players online, they can only choose from those certain amount of players, so they do the best that they can. It's just if the community grew a little bit faster, it'd make the matchmaking a lot better. Another issue I personally have that I've heard other people have workarounds is I turn a lot because you need to quickly turn around and grab people behind you or grab a disc. So the cable turns around me and gets tangled up quite a bit. Now, there are people that play on swivel chairs that just turn their chair around whenever they need to turn and hook their cable up to the ceiling with just a little, I don't know what they're called, but there's like fish hooks that you just drill into the ceiling. And I think I might have to do that because it'll be very helpful. As I said, I play standing up, so I have the tendency to every now and then lose my balance. I've never fallen from this game, and I've never gotten motion sickness, but I can see how some people might lose their balance. Another issue I found with this game is I haven't personally experienced because I use the Oculus Rift with touch controllers, but people say with the Vive the controls are not very well done, and it's much harder to play with the Vive. Again, I have not personally experienced this, so I cannot say for myself. The last issue I found with this game is the friend system. There's no internal friend system, but you can add friends through Oculus and join games with them, but there's no internal friend system. You have to use the Oculus friends. Given these pros and cons, I would highly recommend that you go give Echo Arena a shot. It is a free game. It is very fun. It is extremely competitive. If you like esports, this is the game for you if you enjoy VR games. So for this episode, I rate this game a play. Thank you guys very much for watching my video. I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos like this in the future. If you didn't like it, go ahead and drop a dislike. I'm sure I don't have to ask you twice. And I'll see you guys next time.
I didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past.